Hello everyone. Well, I'm back after 3 years of social distancing from this channel. In that time I graduated from college, moved to Chicago, and started my career. But of course, we live in interesting times right now where there's a lot happening in the world, and I thought it would be helpful to come back and talk about something very important: mental health. Over the last several weeks, many parts of the world have instituted various social distancing measures to combat the COVID-19 pandemic. This requires many of us to stay at home and avoid contacting other individuals who do not live with us. While this is very important to negate the impact of the pandemic, we must also not let ourselves lose focus on our mental health. In this video, I will share 6 tips that will hopefully help you during this challenging moment in our history. Before we begin, I want to note that I am not a mental health professional, and despite getting a degree in psychology, I do not feel that my advice should be taken as anything more than helpful research tips. So I'll provide some links below to some resources that you can go to for more information, and of course, seek help with a professional if you need more assistance. With that being said, let's get started. Make a routine. During our normal lives, sometimes routines are given to us. We wake up, get ready, have breakfast, go to school or work, etc. These are natural routines that are required for us to function in society. But now we live in a society where some of these things are not expected of us. I mean, nobody's going to see you for a while. Do you really have to shower today? Do you really need to eat your meals at your normal times? Since routines are not given to us, or rather just aren't incorporated in a new stay-at-home lifestyle, we can sometimes fall into a routineless trap. However, routines can have a positive impact on your mental health. It gives your brain a roadmap for the day and can eliminate uncertainty in decision-making, which can cause stress and anxiety. It's especially important to have routines during times of crisis, because sometimes situations might just seem out of your control. Routines can offer some comfort by giving you more control of your life and give you an effective means for inserting some helpful habits throughout the day. So, try to implement routines despite them being functionally unnecessary for your day. Take a shower, have some coffee, get dressed, follow your regular meal times, schedule virtual calls with friends and family. All these items can help put your brain on autopilot and reduce the amount of strain you're putting on yourself with an unstructured day. Take care of your body. Probably one of the most obvious tips here is to take care of your body. That means getting 8 hours of sleep, getting some exercise, and eating right. Now, it might be more challenging to do these things now because of our current climate. Your daily rhythm is upside down, so it's harder for you to sleep or wake up at your usual hour. The gym you went to is now closed, and you are finding it harder to maintain your workout routine. The grocery stores sometimes lack the items you need. All of these are completely valid, and it's important to think about what we can control. Here are some suggestions. Make sure that when you're about to go to bed, you limit your exposure to blue light from screens and other devices. Your brain essentially wakes up with blue light, and avoiding that can help you fall asleep easier. For working out, try some indoor exercise videos on YouTube. And given your government's rules and regulations, try to go out for a brief walk or run around your neighborhood to get some fresh air. In regards to food, maybe you can't find everything you need, but make do with what's available and remember to maintain your regular eating habits, as it's important for your immune system and overall health to stay well nutritioned. Stressful situations can sometimes make us forget about taking care of our bodies, but it is important, especially now, to keep them in check. Limit news intake. There is a lot of news coming out about the pandemic, and sometimes it can seem that all media is completely focused on this very concerning topic. This can be overwhelming and unhelpful if you oversaturate yourself past the point of helpfulness. This can lead to anxiety and a feeling of losing control of your surroundings. One thing that I've personally implemented in my life is limiting my media intake. I look at the news for 15 to 20 minutes in the morning and 15 to 20 minutes at night. This allows me to read all the important information I need to know for what's going on in the world around me, but prevents me from getting into a rabbit hole. While it is important to stay informed, I would suggest limiting your intake so as not to overwhelm your brain. Your brain takes everything you consume and creates a reality in your mind based on that information. If you are constantly filling it with newsworthy headlines about our global crisis, it has the potential to alter your reality and cause distress. This is why it's important you stick with the facts, get the important information you need that will keep you healthy and safe, and set limits with your media consumption. Socialize virtually. Being physically apart from people doesn't mean you have to be socially apart. In fact, social interaction is incredibly important for your health and can reduce anxiety and symptoms of depression. This makes sense as humans are biologically social creatures and have evolved to make connections. We have so many different ways of communicating with each other. Video chat, texting, phone calls, and other messaging apps have made it possible to talk to anybody from anywhere in the world in seconds. Take advantage of the connectivity and reach out to your support network and engage in shared experiences. There are so many opportunities for virtual interaction, and now is the time to take advantage. Maintain a healthy work-life balance. If you're fortunate enough to be able to work from home, you might find it hard to draw a line between working and not working. Besides, since you're using your home as both your workspace and living space, there is no physical separation between work and play. One thing you can do to separate your life from work is find a designated space within your home to work and work only. This will essentially train your brain to associate that space with working and will make it easier to disconnect when you leave that space. What if your living situation doesn't allow for a designated working space? Make sure that you keep track of the time and make sure to give yourself a clock in time and clock out time. And try to take a lunch break. This will allow for more structure to your day and prevent burnout. Take it day by day. Just like a marathon runner doesn't think about the whole run when they're about to start a race, you shouldn't focus on the weeks or months ahead of potential social distancing. This is a marathon, no doubt about it, but thinking about the entirety of this experience will only overwhelm your mind and cause stress and anxiety. Try to just focus on what you're going to do today, or this week, as opposed to this month. This will give your brain manageable chunks to process and ease your mind. I hope you can find value in at least one of these 6 tips in this video. One bonus tip I'd like to share for instant mental relief is deep breathing. Sound basic? Well, there's a really simple reason why this works. When we are anxious, our brain sends a message to the rest of our body to accelerate activity. Speed up heart rate, speed up breathing. This has to do with our fight or flight system being activated. However, if we slow down our breathing, that sends a message to our brain to calm down. So if you're ever finding yourself in a state of extreme anxiety, look inward, check on your breathing, and slow it down. We live in interesting times. There's a lot of uncertainty in the world, and it's normal to feel anxious about what's going on around us. It is also important for us to be mindful of our mental well-being and implement strategies to keep us healthy. We'll get through this together. With that being said, I'm happy to be back, and I'll see you next time.